What's up, heathens? How y'all doing? Sorry, getting used to some new software that I'm going to be trying out tonight, so hopefully you guys can bear with me. I have, of course, my faithful partner in life, Casey.
Hi, y'all.
Yeah, so Casey's here with us tonight to actually bring all the good content while I just have the shit content.
I bring the brains, you bring the dick jokes.
Yeah, you know, and that's just how everything goes. So tonight, what we're doing is we're taking a look at Oniisan's video where he supposedly quits atheism and feminism at the same time, and he explains why. He also disparages a lot of the online atheist creator community and the online atheist community in general. So I wanted a chance to respond in my own particular way with my own thoughts. There's already been several people that have responded to Oniisan's video. One of them that comes to mind is Cyrus the Skeptic. If you want to search him up on YouTube and find his video and see his thoughts on it. I have not seen his video. You know, I hope that maybe we cover some of the same points. Maybe we agree on some places. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But
is my mic on?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. Godless Iowan asked in the chat.
Oh,
if my mic was on tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's registering.
Cool.
So, hi to all of the Skeptic Mafia members that are in the chat right now. If you're noticing these people with the globe icons or the Illuminati icons or the NASA shill icons, those are members. You can go to joinskepticmafia.com and become a member of the channel here, or there's a join link right here on the watch page. You can hit join and you can use you can get the Illuminati symbol, but you can also get all the emojis that come with that. We got some great emojis, especially the ding emoji, which I think is what is going to be heavily used tonight. So we'll see though. So you guys ready to get on into? Make sure I get this right. Today I learned. Welcome, JK. Today I learned that you became a member just now. Thank you for becoming a member of the Skeptic Mafia. You know, give them our round of applause being the emojis. Everybody, that's how we welcome new people. So I hope that you will join in on that, JK. So
also, so you know, there's in the chat, Hi Ace 13420 changed his. That's a new tag because we couldn't say his last name, John. Vihadefer.
Oh, okay.
He didn't like us butchering it, so he just changed.
Oh, damn! I did not mean to butcher it into you changing your name on YouTube. Today I learned that water makes different pouring sounds depending on its temperature, and 96% of people can tell the difference between hot and cold water by the sound it makes being poured. So, if you can't tell what temperature the water is as it's being poured, then you're weird.
We need to test this.
Yeah, we should probably test this,
yeah,
but
let's do it.
This is it comes from NPR, so I don't know.
Oh no, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying we should test it.
Yeah, we definitely should sometime. But yeah, you know, honestly, it kind of makes sense when you think about it because, like, hot water not only has the water sound, but it's also got, like, kind of a steamy, you know, ness to it, I guess. I don't know. I can't really describe what the two differences are, but I think maybe it would make sense that cold water maybe falls smoother because it's less, like, it would be, like, the atoms and whatnot would be less excited. I don't know.
I don't know, but that's why I'm saying we need to test it so we can find out.
Yeah.
Because I have never really noticed that.
All right, so next on Today I Learned. Fuck. I always pick the wrong particular element on the screen in which to mess with. It never fails. This is an interesting one. Today I learned that on his 20th birthday, comedian Bill Murray joked about having 2 bombs in his luggage, but instead was caught for smuggling 10 pounds of marijuana. He was convicted and sentenced to probation. Now, I just have to say, okay, number one, do not joke about having bombs. I don't care what time period you're in. Even if it was before bombs were made, don't joke about it, okay? Number two, especially don't joke about it when you're smuggling marijuana.
Yeah, 10 pounds is a lot, too.
I know. 10 pounds is a lot, honey. Thank you for noticing that.
That's a lot of pot.
Oh, speaking of which, I have weed beer.
Oh, you made a mess.
A little bit. I'm fine. Just a little bit of non-weed on me. But yeah, moral of the story, don't joke about bombs in general, and don't joke about them while you have fucking marijuana stashed somewhere. Mike McAtheist says National Geographic official did an FE video. Oh my fucking god. Godless Island asked, did you just pee? And then Bullionator says 10 pounds of MJ and he only got probation. That's what game buys.
That's what money buys.
Yeah. Wellington said 4 keys of pot wouldn't that get most people prison time? Yeah, I would say so, but he's fucking Bill Murray. You know, I'm sure this happened after he was famous, so it's like, do another Ghostbusters movie and you can get probation. And thus, Ghostbusters 2 was born. I actually don't know when exactly this happened, but it wouldn't surprise me if he made that deal. But hey, you know what they are doing though? Ghostbusters 3, that's coming out. And no, the other Ghostbusters, that's like Terminator 3, or Terminator Genesis. Those movies didn't happen, and neither did the most recent Ghostbusters because it was kind of bad.
What are you talking about? You liked it.
Hey, as far like a movie on its own, sure, it was fine. But like to be connected with the Ghostbusters franchise, I felt like it really fell under the mark. For Ghostbusters,
it was good.
If they could have done it in some other way, like with some other name or some other premise or something like that, like the exact same movie, just slightly different, not connected to Ghostbusters, I think it would have been fine.
Whatever. Nobody asked your opinion.
Drew's book reviews says, just wanted to say hello to you and Casey. Hey there, Drew. You've got a very long comment coming up in the after part. I get that a lot of people liked it, and I liked it for the Ghostbusters from the previous year. Like, I liked it for its own things, but like as far as it being like a Ghostbusters movie, I don't know. I guess I'm a old-fashioned Ghostbusters fan, and I don't know. It's like one of those movies that I don't think that you can redo. Honestly, like I think any future installment of it that isn't concerned with the original timeline, it's just not going to do as good. It's just not going to be as good to me.
Anything with Kate McKinnon has my vote.
Like I said, I liked it for its own reasons. Like, it was good for its own movie, but as far as it being connected to, like, Ghostbusters in general, I felt like it really fell under the mark. But that's just me. I guess I'm a snob. I'm a little bitch.
You're a Ghostbusters
I'm an asshole.
snob.
I'm a Ghostbusters purist. This next one, okay? This next one right here is interesting and funny as fuck. Today I learned that sodium citrate is the secret ingredient to make any cheese into smooth, creamy nacho cheese sauce. Coincidentally, sodium citrate's chemical formula is Na3C6H5O7, which spells nacho.
That is amazing. Is that why they call it nacho sauce?
I don't know. Probably.
Nacho cheese?
That's probably why it's called nacho cheese.
That's probably exactly why it's called nacho cheese. It's amazing.
Oh, man. All right. Well, guys, I hate to say it, but y'all know what time it is, right?
Oh, no. This is the one I always fuck up.
Shitty ass science! We're gonna answer shit wrong, don't take it too seriously. Shitty ass science. Alright, you guys ready? I'm rocking out with my cock out. Y'all see that shit? Okay.
No, you just keep your dick off camera.
Well, it's got a chicken, honey. It's not like a literal, like, you know, it's not my massive dick that I've got over here. It's, you know, just a regular chicken.
It's just your hat. Okay, I got you.
All right, let's see now. Shitty ass science. Is this how we recharge the sun? What is going on here? Okay, listen. As we all know from the chemtrail conspiracy realists, okay? And they're realists, okay? Get that shit right. These conspiracy realists have figured out that vinegar can make clouds go away. Vinegar dissolves clouds. Now, how do we do this? Through aerosol cans, or not aerosol, sorry, it's like little spray bottles. Go out in your backyard, you just spray it up in the air. Same fucking concept right here. As we all know, as soon as that spray leaves it, it gets all the way up into the atmosphere, and that's exactly how this shit works. We got heat coming out of these little stacks right here, and they go all the way up to the sun and recharge that motherfucker, because it burns through a whole bunch of energy in one fucking day. Ooh, it works hard, so we got to keep it on, you know, we got to keep it going. There are strategically placed plants everywhere around the world that feed the sun energy, and so it actually creates an infinite energy loop feedback thingy, because we feed it energy and then it feeds us energy and then we feed it energy, so we're just never gonna run out of energy. We've solved the energy problem, motherfuckers. Look at that shit.
I can't even argue with any of that.
I know you can't, can you? So, obviously, this is just a trick of the eye perspective, using perspective to create a cool visual. But also, the whole conspiracy theorists that think that like water vinegar mixture in a spray bottle will clear chemtrails out of the air. You could find videos on YouTube where they literally go outside, they spray it up into the air and act like they're dissolving away the chemtrails.
You did one on that. You did a video on that.
Well, we found a video and I never got a chance to make it.
Oh, you never did that one? Oh, we got to go back and try to find it. It's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know where it might be. It's probably somewhere on my hard drive somewhere, but
okay, we'll find it.
Yeah, anyways. So that's it for shitty ass science. I hope that you guys like the shitty ass science, and we will continue doing this because it's a fun fucking segment.
Fun for who?
Fun for everyone.
Fun for everyone.
Yes. Okay. And now, guess what we have?
What?
We have... Wait a second. Let it come up. It's got... There. This motherfucker!
Who this?
This right here is Onision.
Quentin Van Boeven says it's fun when I don't ruin it. Thanks, Quentin.
So this is Onision. Everybody say hi to Onision. Everybody, we should just all give him a bell just right off the bat for being Onision. If you know Onision or have heard of him before, just go ahead and give him a fucking bell because, you know, he kind of deserves it. Now, this is a motherfucker that legit asked for underage girls to post underwear photos of themselves so that he can criticize them.
What?
Yes, he
did. Who is this fool?
This guy is Onision. He's kind of a part of the old guard, I guess, on YouTube of the atheist community.
He's part of the old guard. How much hair dye does he use? And I bet you he's had Botox. I don't know. Look at him.
If you guys know honey, do you know the I'm a banana song?
No.
Oh, okay. You got to look it up sometime.
It's not the peanut butter jelly song.
It's not the peanut butter jelly time. This is a different song. It's got a lot more cringe in it. So he first got to start with his whole I'm a banana song. So
he looks like a banana. Look how yellow he is.
Well, this is all makeup, by the way. Him without makeup, he's like a fucking tomato. So this is him like makeuped up and shit. Like you can find pictures of him without makeup and it's just all red and shit.
Weird.
So yeah. Anyways, apparently he quit atheism like it's a bad habit, which it isn't, but you know, we're going to figure out exactly why he thinks that it's bad.
So he believes in God now?
No, actually, he doesn't believe in God.
Then he's still an atheist.
Well, you know, we'll figure it out.
Oh, okay.
All right, you guys ready? I'm ready.
I'm sorry, ding. Like...
Ding, 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 ding. This stream will not be Steve McRae approved.
Do we care?
No.
No.
Hey guys, so I am not a feminist, I'm not a atheist.
Good! I don't give a fuck! Let's go home! Y'all ready to do some other kind of shit?
Yep.
He's not atheist, so I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know why this matters.
Well, he's always been a very avid atheist. He's been the kind of atheist that's been an asshole, to be quite honest. Oh, fuck.
Raza?
Yeah, it had a lot of head to it, and I had to suck the head off.
Oh, yeah, sometimes that happens.
Raza43. I cannot stick around due to prior obligation. Hope you have a great show tonight. Much love from Kansas City. Thank you, Raza, for your super chat. If you guys want to get any comments read on the stream, either about Onision or just to me in general, please consider doing a super chat. Of course, Skeptic Mafia members, I've got Casey that's looking through that and is going to be reading off some during the stream, okay?
Oh, okay, all right.
She just found that out.
Bye, Raza.
He's very famously been the asshole kind of atheist, as far as I know. He's always been the kind of guy to put out a video that was very cringeworthy, that was like, you know what? I fucking hate all you goddamn Christians. You're so fucking stupid. Motherfuckers. Like, he's that kind of, like, asshole in general, but, he just puts the atheist spin on the actual asshole that he is. So, yeah, I've never really watched or liked Onision, so if anything that I say tonight isn't true of him now or in the past, I'm sorry, and I will fix shit in post, I guess.
For the reasons of me listening to an astrophysicist talk about it, he was saying that atheism comes with this idea that you hate Christians. Atheism comes with this idea, like when you think of atheism, you're thinking, oh, that person thinks they're better than Christians and that Christians are stupid, and they think that basically people in general are stupid who believe in basically anything.
Okay, so just to clarify here, this is not representative of all atheists at all. This is not representative of anybody, I think, other than himself. Now, are there atheists that think that? Sure. But I feel like he is speaking for himself right here, right? Because, there's no way that he can speak for the entire group, like, as a whole. And that's kind of what he's leading on here, is that he's talking about every atheist is just this asshole, narcissistic motherfucker that just thinks they're better than everybody out there. Everybody else is stupider that believes in God.
Well, like Scott Teeple says in the chat, nope, it just means we don't believe in gods.
Right.
Like, that's all that means. It doesn't mean... Sure, there are some atheists who are assholes. Of course. There are plenty of Christians who are assholes, too. So, that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
We just don't believe in gods. That's it.
Well, yeah, see, and that's one thing that a lot of Christians get wrong, too, is they want to attach some kind of, like, moral obligation to atheism or want some kind of moral foundation in atheism because that's what their particular religion provides, but that's not actually anything that atheism is at all, and everything that he just said is not what's indicative about being an atheist.
Apparently he's also a vegan.
He is, and he loves to tell people about it.
Don't they all?
Mike McAtheist, KC, I've missed your hey y'all, and GE, he needs to review National Geographic's FE video. It's sad that FE is big enough to have their attention.
Yeah, we'll look it up.
Yeah, we will. Although it will be hard to put out something on National Geographic because of how syndicated they are and shit. It'll get copyright claimed quick, and when it gets copyright claimed like that, like it'll hurt the channel and it'll also hurt the video in general. So. That's what I'm worried about. But anyways, let's get back to this guy.
Onion?
I wasn't going to go with calling names.
And what's his name? Not
Onision.
Onision.
I thought that you were being derogatory, but you were being serious. Like, is that his name? His name's Onion? Oh, fuck, it's Onion now.
Onision.
Onision.
What a fucking dumb name.
And I think it's really not fun. I don't want to act like those people are lesser than me, the atheists by stereotype and so forth.
but not like assholes do that. That's indicative of assholes, which you are an asshole. And the fact that you think that every atheist out there acts like this is just more indication of your assholeness.
But I don't want to be that way. You know, I want to be a little bit more accepting, and I don't want to make videos where I just like crap on people for their beliefs. That, you know, this is how a lot of people in society work.
No. This is not how society works. Okay, this is how you work. Okay, Oniisan. And no, I don't think that like that is just how atheists are, that they latch on to somebody's beliefs and they just tear them to shreds. And I don't think that you have to find atheist activism fun. You don't have to do atheist activism. You don't have to make videos about atheism or people's weird, crazy ass beliefs. You can definitely be accepting of other people's beliefs as an atheist. Now, how you personally feel about those dipshit beliefs is totally up to you. But, you know, like me, personally, I don't feel like anybody is beneath me just because, you know, they believe in a God. Now, if we're in a situation where, you know, they say some dumb shit like, oh, well, that kid, he got killed so he could go to heaven. God just called him up. That is a dumbass, ignorant statement, and I will definitely say something about it, either on here or in real life. But that doesn't make me an asshole just because I find that to be a dipshitty statement, and I don't have to act like an asshole to address the statement and how dipshitty it is. But you, Onision, choose to be a dipshit asshole.
Hold on. Mike McAtheist?
Yeah.
He missed my hi, y'all. Hi, y'all.
Oh.
And he did a super chat. I didn't realize I was supposed to say it. So.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Like before. You said it. I just didn't.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
We try to figure out a way that we can convince people that these people are hurting other people so we can feel good when we publicly hurt them.
No, that is not, like, he's saying we do this for this reason. That you cannot speak for atheists in general. Okay, so here's what I do. I stand up against religious people that bash on atheism, religious people that claim that they have proof for God and you're stupid or you're foolish or anything like that if you don't believe in his proof. And there are multiple people out there that put themselves out there that are like, oh, I have proof for God. It's like, okay, well, here's what I think about this particular proof. So what I'm trying to do is build a community of people that can get together and we can actually discuss these ideas.
Well, it's like, or people who faith heal their children, or people who don't vaccinate, or people who try to push religion into public schools, or people who tried to push religion into our laws. That's the kind of shit that we talk about. I mean,
that's the kind that these are kinds of things. I'm describing the kinds of things that people in the actual atheist community actually stand up against. Like we don't just stand up against some Christian person just to feel bigger and better and smarter and all that other kind of shit. Maybe he did that to make himself feel better, but that's not indicative of the entire atheist community, either online or in real life.
Like, I don't need to do that.
No, I'm awesome all on my own. I don't need to bash a Christian in order to feel better about myself, and I don't have to bash a religion to feel better about myself. But I used to be duped by the religion, and I used to be duped by religious people.
And if you've ever been to church or whatever, they never talk, like no church I've ever been to has talked about how much they hate gay people. They've never talked about how they want to vote against gay people or anything like that.
Wrong.
Motherfucker, where have you been? Exactly. I can't tell you the number of days that have gone by where some dipshit pastor hasn't said something dumbass, dipshitty, idiot thing about the LGBT community or atheists in general. Like, there's Steven Anderson. He's growing a cult out in Arizona that's beginning to spread all across the world. He's got chapters in fucking California. He had one in goddamn, I think it was Mississippi or wherever the fuck that Steadfast was. I think that might have been in Texas. He's got chapters all over the world. Well, even in New Zealand and Australia, I believe. What?
Oh, people in the chat are saying Matt Powell, Westboro Baptist Church, and it doesn't even have to be like these extremists. Like, Baptists are pretty bad. Yeah. Pentecostals, they suck pretty bad too. Like, if he's gone to a Catholic church, maybe he didn't get so much, but like, still, they just don't fire and brimstone it like some of the Protestant religions do. You know?
Yeah. But Matt Powell, sorry, I got distracted by the chat. Matt Powell, he's part of the Steven Anderson crew.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He is. But it makes sense. So Godless Iowan says GE makes Mondays great. Or wait, sorry. GE makes Mondays great again. Bleep bloop blopper. And then we got Sean J. Is his argument not all churches? Well, yeah, basically. I mean, apparently, in order for religion to be harmful, every single church has to do it. Or every single church has to preach the certain doctrine.
Well, his argument isn't even not all churches. His argument is, I've never seen it happen in a church. Yeah. That's his argument. No church I've ever been to. Well, that's great fucking anecdotal evidence, asshole. But it doesn't mean shit. Sorry. Fucking ding.
Yeah, fucking ding. So, Onision, you're wrong here about painting like the Christian landscape as being so flat. Like it's not flat like that. It's very variable. Now, are there some good churches out there? Of course there are some good churches out there. There are some churches that don't preach the same kind of mind-controlling rhetoric that you see from a lot of places. But then again, they fall into the trap of cherry-picking their own religion. So, I mean, it's kind of like a catch-22 situation. You either preach like Steven Anderson, where you're a hateful bigot, and you hate gay people, atheists, people that aren't like you, and women, like you do all of that. Or you gotta cherry pick your particular doctrine in order to preach shit. And like KC was saying, it happens in every Christian community where they teach some kind of harmful rhetoric or some kind of harmful, argument that teaches them that they need to obey God. Because that's what the entire Old Testament is about, and it's what the New Testament's about. You gotta obey God. That's the number one thing, is you gotta obey God. And when you put God on a pedestal, then you end up having people that abuse that pedestal, because it's a pedestal that doesn't exist. God, for all intents and purposes of this conversation, he doesn't exist. All right? Now, do I know if he exists? No. But he doesn't exist. The pedestal doesn't exist. But you have these fucks that are standing out in front of the pedestal being like, oh, wait, whoa, buddy. You can't criticize the pedestal behind me. It's like, fuck you.
But a lot of atheists will try to convince you that every Christian is like a secret homophobe or whatever. And there are actually plenty of Christians who are homosexual. So it doesn't really make sense in that regard.
Well, not every atheist wants to convince anybody of anything. Like, sure, there are some asshole atheists out there that want to try to convince other people of different things. Most of the time, we're just wanting to have the conversation. We're wanting to point out to you what doesn't make sense about your doctrine, your logic, or your argument, or something like that. And then it's up to you as to what you do with it. You could shrug it off, use, confirmation bias in order to disregard any kind of new information. You could do that just fine. We're not going to give a fuck. But what we are going to do is stand up against bigots that say that LGBT people are not actually people, or that they don't deserve basic human rights, or that, atheists don't deserve basic human rights, or atheists shouldn't be represented in our government.
Or that gay people should just suppress their unnatural urges and just live a straight life. Right. That's bullshit. Like, why should they have to do that? Because you're uncomfortable with ass fucking. Like, they don't, here's the deal. Nobody ass fuck in public. And then everybody should be fine.
Well, I mean, even so, like, even if that were a thing, that particular act is still a crime. Like, you know, you can't just go out and have sex in public. That's the same for heterosexual couples as well as homosexual couples.
Well,
so
that's what I'm saying. Nobody asks fucking public.
Right.
And you got to realize, like, everyone on YouTube here is for profit. Like, if I really was one of those people, which is weird because I just said everyone, but if I was one of those people in the way that all I cared about was profit, I would step in line, I would pick a niche, and I would try to exploit that as much as possible. I.e., I would try to demonize a group of people constantly, like DDLG.
Oh, look at that shit-eating grin that he has right there. Okay, I do not do this for a profit. Okay, are my videos monetized? Yes, I have a Patreon account. I also do the memberships here, which if you're not a member, go to joinskepticmafia.com.
I don't do this to make money, but fucking join.
But you see, here's the thing though, okay? Well, me saying, hey, go join the Skeptic Mafia, it's so that you can get access to the emojis and, like, the member-only posts and all that other stuff. Like, I don't do this so that I can make money, but YouTube does provide ways for me to make money and provide people with extra kind of things. Like, I find the emojis thing to be very, very important, for, like, being able to express my channel in my way. Right? So that's why I like having that option. And there are people that generally just want to support me. But you see, like, I don't make profit on doing these videos. I don't do these videos so that I make more money in general. I use the money that I get for this channel to put back into the channel, either through these very expensive mics that we have, or, like the, I can't remember. Computer. I got a new computer recently. We've taken trips. Like, Skeptic Mafia money has paid for that. The lights that I've gotten. Camera. Yeah. So I mean, I don't do this for a profit. I put it back into the channel and I try to do better. I buy books. I bought a green screen book so that I could get better at the green screen and shit. So
also in the chat, CC Sleeper said, at Godless Engineer, does he have a problem with the actual position of atheism, or does he just think there's a problem with how some atheists behave?
He has a problem with how he behaves as an atheist. Like, not even some atheists out there, because Onision, he doesn't have like a normal 9-to-5 job or anything. He does YouTube like for a job. At least the last time I checked. Now, he could have actually went out and got like a burger job or something. But last time I checked, like, he does YouTube for a job. And so, like, him saying that, oh, if I wanted to actually make money with it or be profitable, then I would pick a niche. Motherfucker, I am all over the place. I have picked 3 niches and I cover all of them generally. Okay? So you don't have to pick one niche and quote unquote exploit it.
Yeah, and then I just do whatever the fuck I want. Last week I talked about Cinda fucking Rella.
Yeah. So, what he's saying here basically is that everybody that's on YouTube that's creating content is doing it for money and is doing it for a profit. And that is just not true. There are so many creators in this community that he doesn't even know about that do this because they want to do it. Just like me. I want to do this type of thing. I don't do it for money, but it is nice having the money.
Godless Iowan made a comment you're going to want to read.
The GE hits all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
GE hits all the hard to reach niches with his massive penis. And then it looks like Slayer Dork says, and now owes the IRS $500,000 because he did YouTube full time.
Oh, I don't know. There are some people saying stuff in the chat about things that he's done, but I don't know any of.
I know that he's been in financial troubles because of his YouTube revenue and because of the fact that he didn't pay taxes on it.
Oh, yeah, you still gotta pay your taxes.
Yeah, Pine Snake just said the ACA is a nonprofit organization producing 9 different shows. Godless Engineer. That's correct. They do. The ACA is a fantastic organization out there in Texas, and they produce a lot of different shows that cover different topics.
Apparently, he destroyed protected wetlands on his property, and that's why he owes the $500,000. That's Crismer.
Oh, Crismer.
Yeah, said that.
That's why he owes the $500,000.
Oh yeah, there are other people who are saying that as well.
I know that there was some idea that like he I think he had to file for bankruptcy at some point in time. But I just thought the bankruptcy was in relation to like that what?
Digital panhandler. All caps.
The earth is flat and God is a pickle.
God is a pickle. That's funny. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Godless Iowan says, also important to note, nonprofit does not mean doesn't make a profit. Means your primary business concern is nonprofit. Okay, that's a good point.
Well, that's true. Plus, you put money back in usually.
Yeah, let's see. Darsh 890 says he wrote off wedding rings, divorce, and other stuff on his taxes, destroyed wetlands after being told not to, and tried to be a victim.
Oh, can we like write off our wedding?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that's one of the reasons he's in trouble.
If I would think we might be able to if we produced a video for it, but that's for us. Just saying, guys. Sorry.
I do that. I did that. I haven't done it in a while, but my point is that these people are being paid to have extremist views, just like Alex Jones, just like my dog barking upstairs. They're all paid.
We have extremist views, just like Alex fucking Jones? What the fuck kind of weed beer are you drinking? Because that is not at all comparable. That would be a false equivalence fallacy. Because Alex Jones is batshit insane. I just have opinions and I'm loud about them. That's all.
Who is he talking about even? Like, who? I would love to know who he's thinking about in the atheist community when he's talking about this.
The only person that I can think about of what he's talking about, of who he's talking about, is himself. Because he used to be that kind of extremist kind of asshole. Like, he used to be the asshole atheist that would just be belligerent to Christians for no fucking reason.
Team Skeptic wants to know if there's a premium membership that grants us access to that video. No.
No.
To do what they're doing. And they do it for attention. They do it for increased subscribers. They do it because they want to feel self-righteous. They want to be better than everyone else, etc. And, you know, that's their deal. But it's not my deal. Feminism.
Feminism! And then everybody's asshole puckered up a little bit.
Feminism is a great concept, but unfortunately it has a stereotype now. And the reason you actually pay attention to stereotypes like this astrophysicist explained is because you don't want people to have preconceived notions about who you are just from saying that you're a member of a group of people. Okay? The most popular view of feminism is that they are just a bunch of crazy people who think women are better than everyone, and they really hate dogs that bark a lot. Anyway, the point is, if you want to automatically be seen as somebody who is a man-hater, etc., then you would align yourself with a word as simple as feminism.
See, I disagree. I think that people that want to be that kind of extremist kind of view that would classify all feminists as being man-hating women supremacists or whatever, supremacists. I think that the type of person that would go to that extreme would also be kind of extreme themselves, or at least ignorant, because this is a generalization fallacy. It's when you take one part of a community or one part of a whole thing, and then you characterize the whole thing as that one particular part of the community. Now, are there feminists out there that act like assholes, just like Onision is?
Yes.
Yes, obviously there are. There's always going to be assholes no matter what kind of community that you're in. But just because there are assholes in a community doesn't mean that you shouldn't align yourself with that community. Now, if you were to give me a feminist questionnaire and ask me, the questions on that, I would probably come out as being a feminist because I support equal rights for women. I think that there's still a long way to go with showing equality, in the court system and all that kind of shit. Like, I feel like there's still ways to go to get equality for women because I think a lot of times women are disparaged unfairly. And so you could call me a feminist. Now, I don't use that word generally, not because I don't want to be associated as a man-hater or an SJW or anything like that, but there are a lot of negative connotations around the word, but for all intents and purposes, I would be considered a feminist.
Well, Chrismer makes a good point. The extremists are not the norm, and that's important to remember. Just because they're the loudest doesn't mean they're the norm.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's cut. See, this is the part of the generalization fallacy that I was talking about, because no, they're not the norm, but he's treating them as they are the norm. Godless Iwan says, "I'm a feminist SJW, lol." Quentin says there are feminists that say we should get rid of Father's Day, and I agree.
Why?
I don't agree that we should get rid of Father's Day. I'm saying that I agree that those type of feminists exist. But again, just because there's assholes in the community does not mean that the entire community is shit.
But why get rid of Father's Day? Like, here's the thing, equality. If you get rid of Father's Day, are we getting rid of Mother's Day? Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand.
Well, that's kind of part of the whole feminine supremacist, I guess. Like, this is the group that thinks that women are superior to men in all aspects.
That's not feminism.
No, I wouldn't say that it is necessarily feminist, because feminism is about seeking equality for women. I would say that feminism is kind of a subset of egalitarianism. And I think it's just a focus on the equality for women. But
Quentin says because it's offensive to single mothers. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, Team Skeptic, feminazis, exactly. JC says, "Gee, have you noticed my attention hogging narcissism yet?"
Yeah, the all caps gave you away. I'm just kidding, JC.
Now, if you want to be a person who is judged by themselves for the way they describe themselves to be, and you don't necessarily put labels on it, then you could say, hey, I am a person who believes in equal rights between men and women. And that's it. Because nobody can be like, oh, so you think that women are better than, like, because you just said that's all you are. And as far as atheism goes, I want to say that I don't know. Okay, I don't know if there's a Buddha or whatever. I don't know anything about that religion. I don't want to say there's not a Muhammad. I don't want to say that there's not, a God or whatever, or Zeus or Hera or whatever, because I don't know. And to act like I do know kind of puts me in that atheist category where...
No, it doesn't. Because atheism is about what you believe. Do you believe a God exists? No, you don't believe that a God exists. Oh, okay. Then you're an atheist. See, this is where a lot of contention is raised, because there's a lot of people out there that want to go with the philosophical definition of atheism, but the philosophical definition of atheism is a very specific definition, and it's used for very specific conversations. If you are a philosophical atheist, totally fine with that. But be that all you want to. Me, myself, I classify myself as an agnostic atheist, and that's what he's talking about here, is what he knows. Like, he's not going to say that he knows one doesn't exist or he knows one does exist, and that's fine, because I'm not going to say that either. But yet I'm still an atheist. You know why? Because I still don't believe in a God, even though I don't know if one exists or not. Fuck me.
Sorry, that was sorry. I have too many jobs. I have to watch for the chat and be delightful.
Be delightful.
Your camera, just I forgot about it.
No, it's fine. It's my responsibility to do the camera thing. Okay. So, you can be both agnostic and an atheist at the same time. Let's say Godless Silence says, correction, Godless Engineer. There are people that realize different definitions exist, but don't care what one you use. And then there's Steve McRae. So obviously you can be an agnostic atheist, you can be a Gnostic atheist, or you can go along with the philosophical definition of it and say that you say that a God doesn't exist or whatnot. For all intents and purposes, I would say that until something can be proven to exist, then it doesn't exist. So I would say that God doesn't exist, but I also don't classify myself as a philosophical atheist, because I feel like that kind of implies knowledge, which is what Onision is getting confused with here. Because he thinks that atheist implies knowledge. Like, I know that God doesn't exist. Well, no, I don't know that God doesn't exist. But what I believe is determined by what we do know, and we don't know that God exists. So therefore, I can't say that God exists or that he doesn't exist.
Hey, wait, hold on a second. The non sequitur show is in the house.
Non-sex in the house?
Yeah. Not non-sex. The non sequitur show. Not non sequitur show.
Non sequitur. Sorry, I get.
Hi, Kyle.
I get tongue tied. All right.
They are outright disbelievers, So that's why I'm not a feminist or an atheist. I am a person who believes in possibility and a person who believes in equal rights.
Okay, but you can be a feminist and believe in equal rights, because I would say that's more representative of what feminism is. You can also go with the label of egalitarian, and I think that's just fine too. And I think that however you want to label yourself or identify yourself, that's how you should. Like, I don't have a problem with him or Steve McRae labeling themselves as agnostics. I really don't. And I applaud those that realize that there are different definitions out there, and that everybody not necessarily has their own definition, but they apply the label that best represents themselves. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this entire video, he's been very disingenuous. He's painted the atheist community as nothing but shills that do it for, do it for profit, and they only milk money out of their subscribers. Look, you guys could give me no money whatsoever. I could make no money off of ads, and I would still do this. You know how I know that? Because prior to me actually making money off of my videos, I still did videos. For
years.
For years. Because I didn't give a fuck about being paid by Google to do this shit. Because I get paid enough at my own job to where I don't have to make money at YouTube. So it's a nice thing to have so that I can buy all this lovely equipment without impacting my debt paying ability, because I got a fuck ton of that. Swear to Christ, if I could invert my debt, I'd be fucking rich. But he paints us all as just being in it for the money and only bashing Christians to make ourselves feel better, but also do it for the money. That's just ridiculous. He also paints feminists as being just these man-hating women supremacists. What, right? That's what he paints them as, but that's not indicative of the feminist movement or feminism in general.
And it has nothing to do with atheism.
And it has nothing to do with atheism, but I think he's tackling both topics at the same time.
Yeah, well, he's not really smart enough to tackle one of them, so maybe he should just stick to one at a time.
Yeah, he should. But yeah, so shit-eating grin, Onision, you've only got a few seconds here, so what do you have to say to lead us out?
And I hope that we can all kind of take a step back from extreme titles as well. Not trying to reduce atheism or feminism numbers, just trying to increase our peace.
You're trying to increase our peace? Well, let me give you a piece of my ass, because I don't believe your shit. I don't believe you. You're not trying to increase the peace. You're just trying to shit on atheists. See, this is where he swung from one extreme to another extreme. And for him to be like, don't take extreme titles because that's not the right thing to do. It's funny because you're swinging from one extreme to another fucking extreme there, Onision. How about you make up your own goddamn mind? Because you're either bashing Christians to make yourself feel better, or you're bashing atheists and feminists to make yourself feel better. So, which one do you want to do? I guess right now, you're bashing atheists and feminists in order to make yourself feel better. Because the only person that you're representing here in your video is yourself, motherfucker. Sorry, you pissed me off.
I got it.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Is he done?
Godless Lesbian says he just likes pissing people off. Man, he triggered my ass tonight. Non sequitur show. I'm actually glad Onision doesn't label himself an atheist. We don't want him on our team.
Also, we have to say hi and happy birthday to Kyle's beau Mike.
Kyle's beau Mike?
Yeah, Mike is 29. Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday, Mike. Happy birthday to you.
For God's sake.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday to you.
Dear God, are we going to sing happy birthday every stream now?
Hey,
we really
listen,
have to stop this.
Look, it was Kyle's Mike. So that's important. But yes, so we are going to be going through the Skeptic Mafia comments next, and boom, we got, in case you guys don't know, everybody that is a Skeptic Mafia member has a chance to comment on the video that we are actually discussing, and then I go through your comments right after we discuss the video, or what I give my idea.
Kyle said, yay, he's read and asked if someone put a cat in a washing machine.
No, that was just me singing. But if you want a chance this coming Friday to let us know what you think about the video that's going to be coming up on Friday, then become a Skeptic Mafia member by going to joinskepticmafia.com or by going to Patreon, Godless Engineer, where you can become part of the Skeptic Mafia there also. You'll also get access to the emojis and everything like that. So if you like these streams and you like participating and being special, then join the Skeptic Mafia today.
Everybody's special.
Yeah, especially Onision, but a different kind. All right, Godless Lesbian. Oh, hell yes. I hope that I lived up to your oh, hell yes there, Godless Lesbian. I don't know. I mean, I tried to, I guess, not take it easy on him, but also not be very ad hominem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I actually did that, but, you know, I did my best. So Arduin, the majority of the internet already quit you, Onision. Does this guy even understand what the word atheist means? Nope, he doesn't. He thinks atheist means assholes that berate Christians on the internet. And probably in real life, but I mean, that's only indicative of his assholeness. Pine Snake. Okay, this person seems to have some good points, but for the wrong reasons. Yes, stereotypes are bad. However, to distance yourself rather than educate against them is to show support for those stereotypes. It would be far better to teach people that feminism just has the aim of gaining equality. It also sounds like this person is agnostic and misses the point of atheist activism. For me, it's not to attack an individual or group of people, but to fight for my right not to be governed by a theocracy or be forced in any way to adhere to a religious structure. And I would agree that those are very much key things that the atheist activist community definitely fights against is those particular things.
That was a good comment.
Yeah, that was a very good comment. Thank you, Pine Snake. And if you guys don't know, I'm actually going to be doing a Q&A for the ACA on their Discord server, which I should probably put in the description somewhere, like a join link or something. Maybe Pine Snake can put a link in there.
When are you doing that?
Oh, that'll be January 30th, so next week.
Oh, okay.
Gary White! Something different than the other ones, but this one is interesting. I thought it was interesting too, and I wanted to add my 2 cents. Like I said, there have been plenty of other people that have put in their 2 cents as well, and I just thought that this would be a good opportunity. All right. Drew's book reviews has a particularly long comment, and it seems like it's very, it hits him in a very, very deep place. So I'm going to go ahead and read all of it. First of all, atheism is not defined by someone who hates Christians. If that were the case, then Muslims would be atheist. Atheism is simply a lack of belief in God or gods. Good point. Second, while not every Christian is a bigoted homophobe, the problem is the doctrine. In my experience, churches, particularly the church I grew up in, the Mormon church, has become really good at using nice, flowery, nice-sounding language to say things that are bigoted and homophobic, such as we love them and welcome them as long as they don't behave gay. They just have to live a celibate life and enter into a mixed sexuality marriage, which is doomed to fail. I know a family personally where this has happened. And yeah, Casey, I agree with you. It's just, that's shit.
It's shit because then this person is, one, living a lie, which is hurting them, but they're also marrying a person who they don't want to be married to, which is hurting that person. And then if they have kids, eventually this is not going to work out. And it's, and even if not, I don't know. It's bringing too much shit into it. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Right. Most churches are not preaching hate from the pulpit, at least and not in any obvious vitriolic way, but do so in more subtle ways that say the same thing. God condemns you for your sexuality, and you are condemned to hell if you dare express it with no hope of salvation. It's no wonder LGBTQ youth are killing themselves in record numbers, especially in places like Utah, where the culture of Mormonism is that you keep silent or risk rejection of your church, family, God, etc. And the only way they can see is suicide, because they come out as LGBTQ is worse than death. So, yeah, I would say that the ridicule that the LGBTQ community suffers is the primary driver for the suicide rates climbing and whatnot in that particular community. Because, just like with atheism, you're cast aside by your own family members, and, you lose all of that support. And without support, it's very hard for people that have depression or develop depression, clinical depression too, to pull out of those depressive episodes. So, sorry for the long post. This subject is a bit of a sore spot for me, as it was one of the reasons I was forced out of the LDS church when I took a stand for LGBTQ rights, as even speaking up about these issues, you risk excommunication and rejection by the church and God, as what happened to me demonstrates. So, yeah. Let's see, Jane Pusecker says, I believe God exists, but I am agnostic on the existence of the biblical Jesus. I believe a person may have been the cause of the inspiration of the biblical Jesus. That's fine, Jane. I don't look down on people just because they believe in a God or they believe in Jesus or even Jesus exists or anything like that. If we were to talk about proof for the existence of any of those, like, I would tell you what I think. And, these videos that I do are for entertainment purposes and for educational purposes. So a lot of people are surprised in my demeanor whenever I talk to them face to face, but, I'm really not an asshole in real life.
Not normally.
No, not normally. Trickster! I don't know enough about feminism to agree or disagree with him about the men-hating part, although I think, like everything else, there is an element that is radicalized. As for atheists saying that all Christians by nature hate homosexuals, I strongly disagree, because I know that there are some Christian congregations that are accepting of LGBTQ persons. I agree, Trickster, that there are some that do that, but, Yeah. Also, I would say that a good portion of them teach that they have to be celibate and they have to, that it's wrong for them to be, LGBTQ. I mean, that in itself is psychologically abusive.
Or they take the stance, love the sinner, hate the sin,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous. I mean, there is no logic behind that at all.
Yeah. Chrismer, Onision cunt is such an idiot. Ding! Sorry, you're supposed to do the ding.
I know, but you took it from me.
I'm sorry. Onion cunt is such an idiot.
Ding!
He doesn't understand what any of these terms mean. The reason he latched onto feminism is because he thought it was popular at the time and knew he could profit off of it. I'm both an atheist and a feminist. I don't think I'm better than anyone else. Not all atheists hate Christians, as you well know, as everyone damn well knows. This is all just a publicity stunt because he's quickly going under. His career, like my vagina, is non-existent at this point, or at the very least, is slowly shrinking into obscurity. Also, exactly which astrophysicist is he talking about? I'm guessing Neil deGrasse Tyson, but I've never heard him talking about hating Christians. Well, I think I have heard like Neil deGrasse Tyson talk negatively about atheists in general, and he's talked about them in the similar ways. But again, I don't know if it was Neil deGrasse Tyson or some other astrophysicist, but it would be interesting to know who he was talking about.
Just fall.
What? Crap.
At the bottom of Christmas.
Yeah, well, I was looking at Trickster. He says in the chat there, "Hey, GE, I've heard of churches Christian at that have homosexual clergy, and that those are the ones I was referencing." Okay, well, I mean that's true. I mean, I didn't deny that, like, that particular element of the Christian community, because I think that there are plenty of Christian communities out there, people in the Christian community that are fully accepting of LGBTQ persons and that they don't make them feel like shit. But I was just saying that you have to be careful about those kind of groups, because they could have those very subtle ways of disparaging the LGBTQ community and subtle ways of psychologically abusing people like that, like Drew's book reviews was talking about.
Yeah.
Fallen God, this guy is a rocket of a douche. A rocket douche is a powerful fucking douche, I'm telling you.
Probably be uncomfortable.
Yeah, you think so?
I mean, probably.
NZ Pure. Oh, fuck off, you self-important fuckwit. Dipstick here. He doesn't want to be an atheist because he thinks all atheists believe they are better than everyone else. Proceeds to tell everyone how he's better than everyone else. Could only make it through 3 minutes before I wanted to headbutt my monitor.
You shouldn't do that, because then you have to replace a piece of equipment, and that's just, he's not worth that.
I agree, because then you'd have to buy a new monitor, but also I do think that it was very odd how he said, hey, atheists just want to make themselves look better and feel better. By the way, I'm going to sit here and shit on people so I can look better and feel better. It seems to me, this is Amy Hogan. It seems to me that he is more concerned with the stereotypes and really doesn't have a clue as to what those terms actually mean. I had no idea that wanting equal rights was an extremist view, or that atheists hate people who follow a religion. It sounds like he is just a trend follower and wasn't really concerned about these causes at all. One astrophysicist changed his mind? I can only imagine. I agree. And I think that people can see through his bullshit pretty easily. At least people that, follow this channel and whatnot. And yeah, I didn't know that equal rights was an extremist view, nor is it an extremist view to, think that God doesn't exist or to not believe in God. Not an Idiot says, does he believe in God or gods now? If the answer to that question is no, then he hasn't quit a damn thing!
I guess he's just saying that he's gonna quit being an asshole on the internet, but this video proves otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, the entire video was just him being an asshole for asshole reasons. All right, final three. We got Quentin. First, atheism does not come with hate. Secondly, did he really just say that churches don't talk about how they hate gays? I'm sorry, but in my own town, I've seen a protest about gays at a high school graduation. I'm betting they were Christians. I'm not gonna say anything about his feminism point, as there are many breeds of this new wave of feminism. Well, I would say that it's the generalization fallacy, taking one small set of a group and espousing that it is that set, like that set represents the entire group. So that's all that I would really say about the feminism point. Most churches aren't like that. This is Mike L. Most churches aren't like that outwardly, but the people that are the loudest about not giving LGBTQ people their rights are largely influenced by religion. Also, did he say that he paid his dog to bark upstairs? No, like he was just like complaining in the moment about his dog barking upstairs, and he did it in the most in the cringiest way possible. He mentioned it a couple times, and one of the times it was like, "And feminists, pay dogs to bark in the middle of your videos." And it's like, what the fuck was that? Like, that had no place in the video whatsoever, other than you were bitching about your dog. Anyways, Sean J. This guy needs to pick up a book and read it. Then he would actually know what names in different religions are the gods, prophets, and other characters. He also has no clue what feminism is, and instead he uses a narrow definition to refute it. I agree that this could also be a straw man fallacy, where he builds up a straw man and he tears it down easily. I think that might be a little bit better of a fallacy to use in this situation, because he's representing atheists as something that they're not. Are some atheists the way that he described? Sure, but that's not indicative of all atheists, which is the way that he was, using it. All right, so that's it for the Skeptic Mafia comments. If you want to be read here on the live stream every Monday and Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Central, then join Skeptic Mafia by going to joinskepticmafia.com, or hitting the join link here on the page, or going to Patreon, because shill reasons, I need all your money.
You're kind of making this
Onion cunt?
Whatever, this guy's point.
Well, well, his point was that I picked, huh?
I was kidding.
Oh, okay. I do push it a little bit heavier now, just because I know people always ask about how to join.
Yeah.
So I make sure I just mention it when I can. So if it ever becomes too much, you guys just let me know. I don't think I push it too much though. Agent Tater Code. This one's for you, honey.
I know, I like this one.
GE, you are absolutely the scum of the earth, and I wish nothing but the worst fates upon you. KC, you were lovely as usual. Heart.
As always. That word is always, not usual.
Always. As always.
As always. That's why I said I have to be delightful, and it's exhausting.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, excuse me. I wish the worst fates upon you, Agent Tater Code.
Thank you, Tater Code. Also, GE is delightful as well.
Tater Code, I think you need to back the fuck off right now, okay? She's taken. I'm hitching her soon.
It makes it sound like I'm a horse hitching me to the hitching post.
That's only because you've been playing Red Dead Redemption.
That's true.
Renee Calucia, which she's done some super chats here, so Renee, I hope that you see this. Flat Earth defends itself! Sunglasses? I don't have my sunglasses with me, but let's test the Globe Earth Society worshippers. How come the 8 inches per mile square doesn't not work? Okay. Well, if you were to plot 8 inches per square mile on a graph, do you know what you would get, Renee? You'd get a fucking parabola, Renee! A parabola is not what the Earth is shaped like!
How do you know?
So 8 inches per square mile works up until a certain point. Up until a certain point, which is a short distance, it can work. And yes, Team Skeptic nailed it with the idiot ding bell. Renee's a fucking idiot, okay? But
ding.
So there are better representations, like there are better calculators out there that actually work off of a better formula that's more accurate for a perfectly spherical ball. But what you have to do is you have to account for elevation and your own height. So you have to add the elevation and then add your height on top of the elevation for how far you can see. And then you also have to do some other elevation stuff for, other things out there. So, I mean, come on, Renee. You should be able to Google this shit and figure it out. But instead, I'm having to make a video so that you can understand this shit, which you're still not going to understand this shit because you're a fucking idiot.
Ding. In the chat, I'm sorry, I'm gonna fuck up this name. Leisa Irwin. 8 inches is enough for anyone. True story.
Does he not know that computers evolved over the past 40 years or so? Well, Daddy, if that sounds like a good shitty-ass science question. So one day, in the water, some chemical, components and electrical components, not chemical. Anyways, some electrical components got thrown into the water, right? Some guy was pissed off because his wife was fucking the boss. And so he threw some electrical components and shit out into the water, and then lightning struck that water, and then bing, shabob, shabonkle, there's a computer just sitting right there. A nice little iMac. Or maybe not an iMac. Let's see, the first one was like what? Like a Lisa or a Commodore 64 or something? Oh, man. But yeah, so I thought this was kind of a funny comment. It's not a dumbass comment. Okay, if you don't believe God exists, then why do you believe your printer can read your feelings? And if you are afraid it won't print and it will get jammed, yeah, that's power there.
It's just Lisa. I'm sorry, Lisa Irwin, that your mom did that to you. Oh. She said thanks, Mom.
Oh.
Because I pronounced it wrong. She said it's just Lisa with an E. Thanks, Mom.
So, I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to say. I have no idea what any of this means. This doesn't make fucking sense. I don't even know what to respond to because it's literally just words that have no connection to each other.
I mean, are you still looking at the Lord Dildo one?
Lord Dios Living?
Yeah, whatever.
Yes, honey, the dildo one.
What? I think this person is just I mean meth is a hell of a drug.
Meth is a hell of a drug. Well, gremlins holding each other's dicks is basically what cohesion is. Thank you, Cole, for believing in my gremlins holding each other by the dicks thing. That is the new scientific consensus right there.
See, this is what shitty-ass science does.
Yeah.
You get dick gremlins.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually had to start going to my spam filter in order to get some good ones, and I found some pretty good ones today, and these are the ones that kind of made the cut for tonight. Wow, you are an idiot. You obese glow chuck. You ignore the evidence. By Rob Skiba, Jeranism, Ranty, and D. Marball, and other flat earth professionals Looks like you are a NASA dick rider moron. Keep on the terrible work, mate. Ha, 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 ha.
That's my favorite part when you do
So I love the misspellings there, Dead Globe Model. I think that you're sincere in how much you cannot spell. I love how he can't spell Jeranism or D-Marble, but yet he can get NASA Dick Rider Moron completely correct.
But look at profetanals.
Well, yeah, that too.
Profetanals. This person has to be fucking with us. Nobody spells shit like, nobody is this bad.
I don't know, honey. I mean, it is the Flat Earth crowd. He probably had a stroke mid-sentence. I mean, we don't know. And then this one's interesting. Freemason control everything. 2020, Trump stages death. Wait, what? There was so much in there to unpack. Freemasons control everything, and then I think they're saying that in 2020, Trump is going to stage his own death. That is not that wild of an assertion, honestly.
I don't know what any of this means, but I really think you probably shouldn't talk about the president and death in the same sentence. Let's just not do that. Because they're listening.
They are. We heard you making some kind of threats on the internet, sir. Would you like to explain yourself?
The FBI's gonna knock down our door, and I just can't. I need to keep my job and, like, you know.
So this guy at 8 minutes says, "Dumbass! You're too stupid to understand that's the problem. You have zero fucking clue of what the fuck the man is arguing about, and you have the guts to quote-unquote debunk him. At least try to fucking understand, fucking idiot." Ding. Where the fuck did you just ding me?
Yes. I've been trained by Team Skeptic.
Yeah.
Every time I hear fucking idiot, ding. It's like that. What's that dog? Is it Pavlov's dog?
Yes.
Yes. So, I'm sorry. Yes, I dinged you. Ding. Everybody in the chat dinged you too, baby.
I know. What the fuck did you get your degree at? At Walmart? What fucking arrogant piece of shit.
What is Walmart?
I don't know what Walmart is. I think that it's probably the forerunner to Walmart. Just his friend Walt made his own thing, and so, you know, it's like the whole Ray Kroc situation with McDonald's.
Alrighty.
So, yeah, I like how his only real thing is to disparage me in my degree, and then just to call me a fucking arrogant piece of shit. Like, that seems to be the whole premise of this idiotic comment. Ding!
You didn't say fucking idiot. You said idiotic comment. That doesn't...
Yeah, idiot. Idiotic is idiot.
I'm sorry. I'm not trained for that. Let's try it again. Do the right words.
He's a fucking idiot.
Ding.
There you go. See, now that entire comment's just that he calling me fucking idiot, so I'm calling him a fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot. He didn't call me shit, and I still use an idiot.
God has no beginning. God is eternal, the Alpha and Omega. Ugh. How can you say, where did God come from, when he is eternal and the beginning of all creation? His name is I am who I am.
I am whatever you say I am. So he's Marshall Mathers. Is this like the real Eminem?
No.
Oh.
It's I am who I am.
Whatever. I mean, I still think it's the real Slim Shady.
Shorted to I am. Oh, okay. So I am who I am. I am is short for that.
Yeah, I know. We read this. It's in the Bible.
Yeah. I am salvation. God created time while he was in existence, for he is God, he is not affected. I think that's the wrong one. Affected by the time, matter, etc. Because he is the one that created it, designed it, and programmed it. There is no other God before him, for God is one above all. You can't be one above all if someone is above you, motherfucker.
You know, I wonder what this person would think when he realizes that there's actually no gods.
That we know of, yeah.
He's a fucking idiot.
He's a fucking idiot. Dang!
Dang.
I don't get the I am who I am part. Like, that. It's like, I am what I am. And
it's in the Bible.
I know it's in the Bible, honey, but I still don't fucking understand it. There's a lot of shit in the Bible I don't understand.
Well, I mean, that's true.
Lucifer's life and stuff. I love how Christianity makes you sound like a fucking idiot. Or like an idiot. Yeah. I think it can. I don't think that all Christians are idiots, obviously. I'm just saying that, like, I think that it can, possibly.
Oh, Chrismer did something you can sing.
Oh, did he?
Tune of Barney.
Oh. I am you, you are me, there is no controversy. Spell it with me, kids!
I hope there are no kids watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that particular part sounds like fucking Popeye, which is something Scott Teeple just said. I was gonna make that particular reference, but fuck, he stole it from me, because I forgot to say it. Alright, this will be the last one that we do tonight, so if you want to get any kind of questions in at the very end, please do so now. Have you been to the moon, Mr. Godless? No, you haven't. Neither did Nancy. So you have no fucking clue. So it best to admit you don't know shit. It's all speculation. That's why so many people are not buying anymore. Try as you might. These so-called moron flat earthers are not dropping in numbers and going nowhere.
What's with all the ellipses?
I don't know, but they're all fucked up ellipses.
I know.
Except for, I think there's one, let's see, there's one right here. Right there, that's fine. And
it's not fine because there's a space after it. That's not how those work.
I just really care about the dots.
Anyway.
Oh, we had Michelle do a super chat.
Oh, sorry.
I am what I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
Fun fact.
Sing it with me in.
Oh, sorry.
I am what I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
Fun fact, Michelle Anderson was in the Navy.
Oh, yeah?
She's a sailor woman.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that she was in the Navy. That's pretty awesome.
I know. She's pretty cool.
Well, heathens, I hope that you enjoyed tonight. I'm going to try to answer a couple of your questions if you have any for me. We don't have much longer to actually talk, but we can discuss a little bit if you have any questions or any statements. If you asked something earlier in the stream, please feel free to do it now. If you didn't do a super chat, then you can do a super chat and I will definitely read it. Otherwise, it's just kind of hit or miss as to whether or not I can get to your question.
That is a nice picture, a nice background you chose there, honey.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
So this is the super blood wolf moon, and apparently it's part of a prophecy that the world's going to end because Jesus is coming back. So there you go. There's 3 eclipses that are going to happen in June, February, and March. And guess what? End of the world after that.
January, February, March.
What did I say?
June?
Oh, I meant January. Sorry. So somebody asked me what I'm drinking tonight. This is the Sweetwater 420 strain. It is beer that is an IPA, and it smells like weed. And that's
really
it.
Good.
It does smell pretty good.
It does smell really good.
Uh,
Yes, we did go out and see the moon thing last night, but it was really fucking cold, and as soon as the wind started blowing, we hauled our asses back inside and put up the live stream from YouTube.
I have a question. Will you show us your boobs? No, I am not allowed to do that.
Jane said she did a Skeptic Mafia comment, but it didn't make the cut to be viewed. We do them all. So I don't know when did you comment,
Oh,
Jane?
Yeah, Jane, if you commented just before the stream went live, like, I think, like, half an hour or so before,
Yeah.
then I probably didn't get it. I'm sorry, Jane. Nooter Dude, why is Y called Y? Because what? That's my answer. Not Joe Witness. So I missed the first hour of the show, Godless Engineer. Will you say all that again for me? Joking, obviously. The Bygone Christian says, from here in Georgia. Are you in Georgia? Okay. Let's see. You know, I can probably get to Jane's.
I'm pulling it up.
Oh, you are? Okay.
On the community. I don't know where... Jane, I don't know where you commented because it's not in the community tab, but we do have a couple more in the community tab from just an hour ago.
Okay.
So Gemma Scott, weird announcement. Maybe he became Mormon to get a girlfriend? His excuses are lame. And Josiah Hansen, Daniel Pratt, you're a fucking idiot. Ding. So I don't know where Jane commented.
Well, did you sort by oldest?
Yeah.
Okay. Quentin Van Boeven, sing some more for Peachy.
You sing a lot.
Peachy doesn't like my singing, 'cause I can't really sing, but I don't give a fuck. There you go. Sorry, Peachy. Sigh. Member text on Discord.
Oh, we don't read anything on Discord. It's on the community tab on YouTube.
Okay, she's the Skeptic UU Christian 2020. Yeah, normally I don't, but you know, I'll read it this one time. I see no problem with someone who is an atheist. It is really sad to see the spiritual community and non-spiritual community divided. The only difference between an atheist and someone who is spiritual or religious, because you can't be spiritual but not religious, is atheist. Decides to see reality in the world around them one way, and the spiritual or religious see the world around them another way. Being an atheist doesn't make a person an immoral, mean individual. If anything, I see more immorality, judgmental, mean behavior in the radically extreme religious people than I do in agnostic, atheist, and spiritual, but not religious community. I might be wrong, but just an observation. Yeah, I think that it's very individualistic as far as like how many assholes there are.
Josiah is flipping out because you didn't do the toot toot on the end of the Popeye thing.
Toot toot! Popeye the Sailor Man, toot toot! Like that, I guess.
I don't know. Is it he lived in a garbage can? Or is it...
No, that's... Oh. No, that's the green guy from Sesame Street.
No, but I mean the song, Popeye the Sailor Man, toot toot, he lives in a garbage can?
No. Oh. Popeye does not live in a garbage can. He's a
sailor
like that eats spinach.
No, I mean, I know that, but like, I never mind.
Mrs. Snarky said, that's Oscar the Grouch.
No, I know Oscar the Grouch lives in a trash can. I'm just saying, like... There's a song. There's like a mock song.
Elysium says that, Casey, that's the satire version.
It is a real thing, though.
It's the satire. It's like
I don't know.
Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg.
Yeah, well, like I don't know the real version of the song. I didn't watch I didn't watch TV as a kid. So yeah.
Yeah. Michelle Anderson says, I'm strong to the finish because I eats me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Toot toot. The Bygone Christian. There was an old song. KC is correct, but it wasn't the actual song.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I've actually got to go, guys. We've been going for an hour and a half now, so I appreciate everybody joining tonight, and I will actually switch to something which. There we go. Thank you, heathens, for tuning in tonight. If you will, please go down below, leave your comments, and I would love to see what you had to say about Oniisan's stuff here. If you're not part of the Skeptic Mafia, you can join the Skeptic Mafia. Had to throw that in there one more time. I hope that you heathens have a lovely night. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. I will see you heathens later.
Bye, y'all.